Tron Ares. Yo, I saw the teaser to this a few months ago, and it's number 4 on trending right now. It looks like it's going to be an incredible movie. It does. And this is my first time seeing the trailer on live with y'all. So let's see what this movie hype is going to be all about.
Since time began, man has gazed at the stars and he has wondered, am I alone? So much talk of AI and big tech today. Virtual worlds, what are they gonna look like when will we get there? Well, folks, we're not going there. They are coming here. I would like you to meet Ares, the ultimate soldier.
Oh my gosh, it looks good.
Lightning fast. Supremely intelligent. And if he is struck down on the battlefield, I will simply make you another.
But he disintegrated.
You think you're in control of this?
Oh, they're gonna take it to the streets this time.
You're not.
They're out of the world. It's actually gonna be in the city. Oh, that's crazy.
What are you?
I'm looking for something. Something I do not understand.
Hang on!
A malfunctioning program who wants to live. Why is that?
It's just a feeling.
Oh, they brought him back.
Fascinating.
I think the 2010 one looked better, like the way the story was and everything, but I still am intrigued to see this. I think the first trailer I saw this looked better than this one, but I still am excited to see it. October 10th, 2025. I'm thinking it's going to be good, but you never know. I feel like for Jared Leto, he's had L after L after L, so he really needs a W with this movie, because in the last 5-6 years, he's had the biggest roles, but they have flopped. So I'm hoping, this will be fire. But yeah, they got some big movies dropping this year, man. For real, October got some bags on them. They got the bags. Or they could be making a bag if they're W's. Hopefully they are. And what else is right around the corner? Happy Gilmore 2. That's coming out, I think, this week. I can't wait for that one. That's going to be funny. And I heard it was a really good movie is what the cast is saying. And they were real about it. They were like, I really didn't think Adam could make a W for this film. I wasn't sure he could do it, but it's good. So hopefully it is. In this video, the first video we're going to be watching is Tony Hawk on Pro Skater 3 and 4, Music Choices, Bam Margera, and Olympic Dream. Bro, the pro skating games are back. I played Underground. I love Tony Hawk Underground. Bro, that was my favorite one. And to know that they're bringing back, the pro skater games. I know they did 1 and 2. People said 1 and 2 was good for PS5. But for 3 and 4, I've heard a little bit of mixed reviews, but Tony Hawk looked to have done an interview on July 8th, and it was how many days now? 9 days ago is how old this video is. So Let's see what he's talking here.
I wasn't zeroing in on them per se.
Is it a bummer that we weren't invited or they didn't include us? Absolutely.
We're at London Zoo to find a hawk, but not a normal hawk. Tony Hawk.
Hey, what's up? I'm Tony Hawk, pro skater. That is literally my occupation and the name of a video game.
We spoke to the pro skater about what we can expect from the 3 and 4 remakes, why Alien Antfarm were removed from the soundtrack, and is it going to be at the Olympics? Stay tuned for a BBC exclusive. Cool that we get to talk about this game, by the way. I love this game. Loved it when it came out. Love it now. Was playing a bit last night, and it was all the memories.
I gotta
came
rewind
rushing
that.
back.
I had to ban somebody again, but it looked like they were showing Bam because he's notoriously the most famous character in the franchise.
Talk about this game, by the way. I love.
And shout out to Bam fixing his life, getting his life together, man. It's awesome to see. I've been seeing him do skating again and vlogs and just collaborating with people. It's like he's rebuilding his whole freaking image, brand, everything. It's amazing. And him coming into this game and Tony putting him in this game because he's seen that he's changing his life and wanted to include him, which he should include him because he's been a part of the franchise, you know, for so long. Or not should, you know, obviously it's up to Tony to decide, or whoever has that, you know, green light. Obviously Tony hit him up and put him in the game, but I just think it's awesome seeing his life turn around for real.
This game, loved it when it came out, love it now. Was playing a bit last night, and it was all the memories came rushing back. It's just like I'm transported back.
I'm
it's
glad,
amazing.
thank you.
How did you go
I've been wanting to play this game so bad, bro. A Tony Hawk game on stream would be awesome.
about selecting the skaters for 3 and 4, and were there any that really blew you away in the process?
Oh, wow. Well, I was trying to keep it modern, obviously, while still respecting the legends that we had in the previous games. And also, it was a matter of who is still actively skating, who is still in the scene. It's a delicate balance, but I'm really excited to have people like Chloe Covell, to have Raisa from Brazil, and Andy Anderson. Honestly, like he's has this amazing, unique style. He's doing things no one else has ever done, and I'm so thankful to have his input in the game.
One person who very nearly didn't make it in was Bam, but then last minute there was a little bit of talk that you actually had a word about it yourself.
That's
Let's just say I strongly encouraged it, and it was definitely in the later process of doing the game.
Tony's a W friend because he did it in the last minute, like when the game was pretty much done. I think it was done. And he was like, yo, we got to add Bam in here. Like, that's a real friend right there.
I'm thankful that it happened, but he happened to be in town near me in San Diego. We connected and skated one day, and I realized that he was just in a really good place. He was focused on skating. He was focused on staying healthy, and I could tell there was just a shift in Bam with where he was in life. And so I immediately hit up Activision and said, I think we should reconsider Bam with the game. And they said, can he come tomorrow and get scanned?
Wow.
And Bam said yes.
That's awesome. Is that why that we don't get to hear any particular like vocal acting from him when he falls off the board or anything?
That's probably a big reason, yes. Yeah. I can't speak to what he did in the recording studio, but that's probably why. It was, let's just say it was a scramble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what a payoff. In terms of other people that have come along as well, we have to mention Jack Black being in the game as well.
Yo, they got Jack Black in this game? What? I didn't know that.
That come about, and how does that feel getting him back?
Well, Jack Black has
That's
been a
awesome.
fan of THPS series since the early days. In fact, they used to do a skit. I saw Tenacious D live a few times, 20 plus years ago, and he actually did a skit based on the game in their concerts. So when he heard we were doing the re-release, he was excited about it and agreed to do a video just of us playing together. And then I approached the idea that maybe he would be a secret character, and I said, what do you think about being Officer Dick, who's now Constable Richard, for obvious reasons? And he said, I was born to be Officer Dick.
That's just incredible to know he's in this game with knowing like Jack Black, I feel like would be you know, an expensive role for a game like Tony Hawk. Like, I feel like he'd be like a fortune, but it's like, yo, count me in. I'll be in there. I'll be in the game.
Those were his exact words.
The soundtrack has always been a cornerstone to the series. How do you balance like the classic nostalgia of the soundtrack as well as giving the opportunity to new artists?
As best I can. I would say my input into the original soundtracks was all the early stuff, early punk.
I think this game got a little bit of criticism because they did change a lot of the music, and a lot of the music, like Underground, Tony Hawk Underground, and American Wasteland, like it made you want to play the game. I've said that before in many videos, that a game has to have music that makes you want to keep coming back, because the game and the music itself is just spectacular. You know, music really plays a big role in making you want to jump back on the game. Also, so many elements in gaming does, but I think music especially does. An important soundtrack is like crucial to a game.
Punk rock, hip hop, ska. I mean, that was the soundtrack to skate parks when I was growing up. The relatively newer stuff, especially in those days, was more Activision's music department, but they understood that it aligned with the same sound. These days, just what I think is fits and what I'm interested in. I'm not the only decider in these soundtracks, but I did manage to throw a couple of bands in there that I was stoked, like Fontaine DC, Idols, an old one, X-Ray Specs. So those were three. They're definitely my personal input.
I never listened to rock bands like that besides like 3 Days Grace, Seether, Papa Roach, some AC/DC back in the day from my dad. Metallica, some Ozzy Osbourne, some Kid Rock, but people probably wouldn't put him in that category as rock, but he did some rock, country, a little bit of rap. Probably more and more that I could think about. Poison, I think. Yeah. But like the bands he was talking about, I've never heard of them before.
And I also picked songs by artists that were already in the game, but a different song. And not everyone agreed with that decision, but I feel like let's keep it fresh. And also here's help discovering other music. I mean, I think that was the beginning. In the beginning, that's what people expected of it. Once the soundtrack was a prominent part of the game, people were like, okay, what are you going to throw at us now?
Yeah.
Almost like an underground radio show.
So I have to ask, I was at Download Festival recently and spoke to Alienantfarm, and I asked them how they felt about Wish being removed from the soundtrack.
Is it a bummer that we weren't invited or they didn't include us? Absolutely.
I wasn't zeroing in on them per se. It was more that we're trying to make room for new acts and new songs as well, and not everything makes the cut. It's nothing personal, and I appreciate that people have a fondness for that song, especially that in relation to our game. So, you know, just fire it up on your streaming service if you're so inclined.
The Olympics.
Dang. Tony kept it blunt as can be. Dang, he even kind of seemed a little agitated with that. Oh, that was funny.
Coming to LA in 2028, and your impact on the sport, on skateboarding as a sport, cannot be understated. Being in your home state, how does that feel like now that it's an officially part of the Olympics?
Well, it's about time. I feel like it's long overdue. And
oh yeah, I heard about that, skateboarding being involved in the Olympics. Yeah, that's a real thing now, which is crazy because like it's skateboarding at a whole different level that is going towards the Olympics. And I watch it so much now, like the X Games. Yo, these new youngins that are skating are doing the craziest tricks that I've ever seen, where it's just like, it's so exciting to watch skateboarding now more than ever. Like I'll see a lot of shorts, a lot of clips, and I'm like, yo, this is awesome, bro. It makes me want to skate again, which I never even got to learn how to really skate. You know, I wish I would have. I never knew how to do like kick flips and all that craziness, but you could always learn. You know, Lil Wayne, him in his like 30s started skating for like 2+ years, learned how to grind, learned how to kick flip. He actually is pretty decent for his age as a skateboarder. So, you know, I would love to learn how to skateboard.
And I think that in recent years, the Olympics needed skateboarding's cool factor more than we needed their validation. So, but I'm thankful it's there. I got to go to Tokyo. I got to go to Paris. For me, it's just a source of pride, and the idea that it's coming to LA is even more amazing. But I love that it fosters international growth. So to have it come to LA, yes, that's cool because it's somewhat the birthplace of modern skateboarding. But I like that it's been in all these other countries as well. If I had any say in it, we would have vertical halfpipe skating as a discipline. Never say never.
Awesome. So with it coming to LA in a couple of years' time, have you been approached to be involved in the opening ceremony in any way? And if you were, would you want to do that?
You're the first person that's even said anything about that. So I appreciate the thought. Yes, I would do it for sure. Absolutely.
Thank you so much for your time. It's been brilliant speaking to you.
No, thank you. You too.
But what else we got here? Oh yeah, Coldplay's Chris Martin accidentally exposed astronomer CEO having an affair with his HR chief. Both of them are currently married. Yo, I don't remember this. I watched this, and I was watching it like, yo, that's insane. And somebody said God will always bring things to light. That is facts. What's in the dark comes into light every time, man. Let's check it out though. Here we go. Ain't that just convenient? These are pictures. I need the video. Oh, there we go.
Look at these two. All right, come on. You okay? Oh, what?
Bro immediately ducked, and she did too.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
And I don't know how they're smiling about it. I mean, that's sad, bro. That's messed up. And I kind of laughed too. I wasn't trying to like laugh, but it's just that moment of just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a wicked world we living in.
I'm not quite sure. Yeah.
This dude was like, I really can do what I want. Yeah, busted big time. Can y'all see this? Let's see. Oh yeah. But the chat's covering it up. Hold up. Gotta move that just for a second. Have an affair with an HR is wild. Them divorce attorneys rubbing their hands like Birdman as we speak. Like Birdman. You know who makes great music for divorced people? Coldplay. Ain't that a fact? Oh man. Didn't Jeff Bezos get caught up not too long ago too? Or not too long ago, but a while back. No, I laugh because the spouses have evidence that will never go away. Yo. For real. For real. Let's go on to, here's the breakdown of it from Value Entertainment.
Tell me, what is this story of the CEO being at a Coldplay concert? What is that all about?
Okay, so I sent it to Rob. The guy is Andy Byron, and we fact-checked it. He's the CEO of Astronomer, okay? He's at a Coldplay concert, and with his HR head, Kristen Cabot, and they got caught on the Jumbotron. Rob, is the volume up? Because I believe the guy, the singer, Chris Martin, who's the guy? It's Coldplay singer. He's like, he says something like, either they got caught or she's really shy.
No, he said if they got caught or they're doing an affair. Or it's an affair. That's what he said.
Look at they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Oh, look at the friend, Pat Red.
Man.
I'm not quite sure.
Oh my! So that's the CEO of the company. He's at a Coldplay concert with the head of his HR, and
who is this guy? I
he's
don't know who
like
it is.
a astronomer. His name is Andy Byron. I looked it up, Rob. Look what astronomer. It's like a tech type.
Is that really with his head of HR?
That's the head of his HR. Her name is Kristen Cabot. This is what that's Grok is saying. Orchestrate from Kristen Cabot is the head of it. Their alleged affair was exposed on a kiss cam at Coldplay concert in Boston, sparking interest due to workplace ethics.
Heck
That's
no.
what Grok is saying. How wild is
alleged? You're on camera. How is that alleged? What?
that?
Why are we talking about this story?
It just happened before we came in here, but I mean, you know, those kiss cams, people are like, no, I don't want to kiss my
Coldplay
wife.
had a concert this morning
In Boston. No, I don't think it was this morning.
Oh, last night.
Yeah. Or a couple days. I don't
Yeah,
know.
who doing that? Who doing that in the
Tom, you know
AM?
who this person is or no?
X. No, I think it's welcome to the instant news cycle and the internet and the kiss cam all come together.
Well, there you go, folks. If you were wondering, that's the head of HR. Okay. I mean,
who looked up and saw it, covers her face, ducks behind her friend. He ducks to who knows where. And so
See, they always say that like when it comes to like work and stuff like that, that you know, it's very common for things like this to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
it's like,
by the
and
way-
then you heard the guy say, you hear that?
He
Oh,
goes, other than having an affair,
affairs.
she's really shy. But could you imagine, like, so can I just one question real quick, Matt? What happens Monday morning at work? She
you
has
go to HR. That's what you do. You're going to go.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they do that. Oh, that's the worst. Yo.
Go straight to HR.
close the door.
It starts and ends with HR.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I'm going to go to HR.
That's
How are we gonna handle this?
crazy.
I don't know.
But I mean, seriously, she has to go.
Oh, forget about the weekend. I mean, this is
horrible.
If it's a company with a board, he's fired.
Really?
If it's a company, yeah, you're firing this guy. You have to move on because it's shown. I don't know how big this astronomer. How big of a
Go to the company, Rob?
He's the CEO. I even have heard a lot of people talk about it too. If you read a lot in the Bible when it comes to man, the fall of man, it always has to do with like lust and like every like not every or most like kings like kings that have built like empires, things like that. The fall of man every time has to do with women. Every single time. That's crazy. Dude's a freaking CEO, threw it all away, had a wife and everything. Gets caught in camera. Because what you do in the dark comes into the light. Like, man, that's insane.
Biggest astronomer. Go to Astronomer Crunchbase. Astronomer Crunchbase. Is it a big company? Have you ever heard of Astronomer, Tom? Astronomer. Growth of high score 62. How much money have they raised in the past? Trending. Well, it's probably trending because people are
high activity, by the way.
High activity, baby.
It's for sure they're having high activity the way he was hugging
Exactly right.
Astronomer.
There wasn't any software. And we're about to
cap.
have activity.
Astronomer market cap.
Are you ready for activity? Give me one more second.
However, it has achieved a valuation
up
of
in my mouth when
$739
Tom
billion.
talks like that.
$739 million foreign series. Okay, I mean, if it's a nearly $1 billion company,
This is bad.
you have a board, Series D funding. He probably owns a percentage of it. What percentage of the company does Andy?
I think that's always a crazy thing. People that are like so-called CEOs, they're not really a CEO. It's a face. The investors are literally your boss. Is that not a crazy thing? Like, you get investors to help you run your company. And if you ever get into some stuff, depending on how much you have like in the stock or whatever, you really are not the boss. Even if you think you are, it's not like as it seems. It's not a interesting part of like, you know, perception. Because the perception is like, oh, this man's got it all going on. He's the boss. He's the head honcho, but he's really not. Why is it always blamed on women? No, I didn't mean it like that, but I'm just saying that Most of the time, that's how a man falls, because of lust. Like, for real. Like, it happens a lot of times. A lot of times. Just how it goes.
What's his last name? Andy.
I'm sorry. Andy Byron. B-Y-R-O-N.
B-Y-R-O-N.
Yes, sir.
Own. So what percentage of the company does he own? Can you find out how much, what percentage he owns? If it's less than no public, yeah, he received a founder-level equity package and possibly get additional shares upon becoming a CEO. Yeah, so he owns a good amount of shares.
Okay.
How much that is? It could be as low as 5%, as high as 25%. Okay. He doesn't own over 51%. He's fired.
They do that. They do that.
Why is he fired, Bob?
This isn't Dana White. This isn't a big name that personality tied to it. This is a,
And you don't even know if Dana White has that much of ownership in the UFC. Like, a lot of these people, you think, oh, they got it going on. You don't know that. You don't know how much they really got invested and who's really running the ship. You have no idea.
When the scandal happened New Year's Eve with Dana and his wife. This isn't that. Dana's like, no, we're not doing this. I'm going to run the company. But this guy's probably within 90 days going to be replaced and step down, get a seat on the board, won't be off the board. And then they'll have to bring another person in the interim to get it going. And the HR person has to be fired, or she's probably going to step down and resign because it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
You're not getting fired, because firing her could cause other types of legal issues for the company. But
How?
to save face, she's going to resign, and both of them may resign and step down.
Wow.
Yeah. By
And
the
a
way,
divorce might be
just so
coming.
you know, it happens.
Yep.
It happens. And Tom and I, one time we were in a meeting 17 years ago, 16 years ago. You know which one I'm talking about?
He has a smirk. He knows.
Yeah.
Remember Vistage, the one meeting?
It really is like
And
that.
it happens. You sit there in a meeting, I was like, hey, here's what just happened.
Like Vince McMahon, the owner of WWE, he had a lot of investment and still had I think he had 80% of it or something. He had a crazy amount. I think he turned over though, but still for a while even had 3% left over or whatever. But it is the investment part that keeps, that power, you would say, because if you are just dependent on all these investors, they have most of the money of their own money in it. You're like a puppet in a sense. You got to answer to them. It's crazy.
And here's what's going on. Assistant, boom, lawyer, this. Guy, you're about to lose everything. Yep, that house on Mulholland Drive, all that stuff is gone.
No.
Yep.
I would just do the George Costanza defense and just be like, was that wrong? Was I not supposed to? Was that Rob, what was the thing?
Or do the Charles White one.
Yeah.
It would make sense for both of them to not be well, I don't know. Can you really fire either one in that situation? It's a bad look or whatever, I guess you could say. Yeah, and in certain states there's certain laws over that kind of stuff too. I heard you can go to jail for cheating in certain states. I think Texas too, if I'm not mistaken. But it's interesting.
If she come to me and she tell me, hey, you do? Yeah, I am. You know what? I mean,
yeah.
This is the funniest podcast I did. Remember about a month ago, I was wearing this hat, and I said, this is officially my top 3 favorite hats.
Sick.
Future looks bright. The colors here, absolutely sick. I can wear this with exactly what I have on right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to just put it on. I love this hat.
It doesn't
okay?
match, by the way.
Huh?
It doesn't match.
I love this hat. I absolutely love this hat.
I feel like hats only
It's
work for
officially
certain people,
out.
just like
It's
shoes.
Limited edition.
Only certain people can wear
it's
hats.
one of the numbered ones that we do that comes in the box when we mail it out to you, and it's numbered out of 1 out of 250. You guys already know what happens with our numbered stuff. If you go on eBay, Rob,
Okay, this man's doing a
and you type in
plug.
Future looks bright.
Is this the end of the show?
New limit neck circle.
Yep. Okay, he's just doing a promo. All right. What is this? Oh yeah, I heard about this.
Is chunky salsa. Authentic.
I've been hearing about Trump's health is in bad condition, they're saying. After they noticed a spot on his hand and his I have another video, I think, where it talks about even his ankles are filled with inflammation.
There's concern today for President Trump's health after a C-SPAN cameraman spotted a peculiar circle on his hand. He zoomed in to reveal a patch of makeup covering a bruise. The president appears to have used makeup like this. It's flesh-colored concealer used to hide marks or bruises. From a distance, it's hard to tell you're wearing it. But zoom in, and it's pretty obvious. Adding to the medical mystery, video of Trump from the weekend showed that his ankles appear swollen.
I know that many in the media have been speculating about bruising on the president's hand and also swelling in the president's legs.
Well, today, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt read out a letter from the White House physician.
In recent weeks, President Trump noted mild swelling in his lower legs. In keeping with routine medical care and out of an abundance
That's crazy.
of caution, this concern was thoroughly evaluated by the White House medical unit. Bilateral lower
Them ankles swollen as crap, bruh. Dang.
extremity venous Doppler ultrasounds were performed and revealed chronic venous insufficiency, a benign and common condition, particularly in individuals over the age of 70.
What does all that mean?
This is a pretty normal part of aging, and especially for someone in the overweight to obese category, which is where the president has always been.
And that
Dang, they said he's fat.
bruising on the president's
They said always been.
hand?
This is consistent with minor soft tissue
I feel like he was a lot bigger in 2017. He ain't as big as he used to be.
irritation from frequent handshaking and the use of aspirin, which is taken as part of a standard cardiovascular prevention regimen. The president remains in excellent health.
Yo, Inside Edition always has the scoop. You tell me he doesn't have a professional makeup artist that couldn't color match him. Yo, for real. No lie. And then also Congress pushing a cashless society and an end of financial freedom. I heard about this. I've been hearing a lot about this, that we're headed towards that direction. I think there's even somebody that says he is a prophet. I don't know if he is or not, but I know he was talking about that, that I saw on TikTok. A lot of people have been talking about this for a while, but I definitely wanted to play this because I was like, this actually had me intrigued.
Let's start with the Genius Act.
And Genius Act is the next bill they're pushing.
Very confused about the Genius Act. I thought there was a deal,
which I think they did some votes last night or today or something, but I didn't look too much into it. But she brought up the most important part of it, which was the Cashless Society,
made by the president to make sure that included was going to be the central bank digital currency. There'd be no possibility of a backdoor to get that. So where are we?
Steve, let me explain something. In 1971, we went off of the gold standard. The Federal Reserve did that. And we went to cash, a cash society. And the value of the dollar has drastically gone down to the buying power is less than 10 cents now from where it was in the 1950s before.
Crypto has a big blame to that. Like a lot of people push so hard on that, like with the digital currency and stuff. And I remember when Trump was so against it. Like if you remember his first run, he was like, yo, we got to keep the dollar. We got to keep the dollar. We can't let the dollar, fall when the whole crypto stuff was going on. But then I feel like I feel that people around you corrupt you. And a lot of the new gen were like, yo, Trump got to be on this crypto, And he's like shifted the way he used to think about the dollar. Which I heard, though, they were saying that this was going to be removed in the bill. We're going to hear what she's saying here, explaining it. But I never really understood how big of a problem digital currency would be until you learn about, cashless society and what that leads to and how the government can control your money if everything's digital, things like that, just like China. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Where we went off the gold reserve. What's happening today on July 17th in 2025 when no one is paying attention, no one's talking about it, everyone is in blind rage about the Epstein files, and I don't blame them. However, right now, what is being voted on?
Yo, she cooked with this because I didn't think about this. Everybody's focused on, this Epstein situation, which is important to be focused on anything that's important, especially that. But I feel like it's a perfect opportunity to have people focused on that than this. And these are how bills get swept under the rug while you're focused on one thing, then another thing. Like there's always one thing after another to where you're focused on this, then something over here that's important you don't pay attention to. I'm hoping this goes viral and this doesn't happen. Like a cashless society, I do not want that to happen, because that would be like the plan where people were talking about you will own nothing, you know, like the World Health Organization that everybody was talking about in 2020 when that video came out. That's pretty much what would happen if the digital currency happens, because they'll control everything you spend, literally.
On today in Congress is the entire setup, groundwork, and an entire infrastructure being laid to move from cash to digital currency. And the number one thing that is not happening today is a ban on a central bank digital currency. This means the ability for the government to take control of your digital bank account where all your money is and turn it off. And this is why I'm so upset and it's not being talked about. Steve, I was the only no vote on the rule last night, and Congress set a record last night, and no one's talking about that either. This was the longest vote held open for a rule in history, and it finally shut down sometime around midnight because there was a deal made, and the deal will not be honored. It was a deal that Speaker Johnson made, and he said that he would put a ban on central bank digital currency in the NDAA. But let me tell you something, that's going to get stripped out in the Senate, because what they told us all week long is the Senate does not have the votes to pass a ban on a central bank digital currency. So I want to lay this out straight for you all. You never thought in your lifetime that the government would shut you down, would close your churches, would close your schools, would close your business. And that happened only a few years ago.
Yep.
But what is happening today is the groundwork is being laid, and it's all in the name of cryptocurrency and stablecoin. But it is the entire regulatory process to switch us from cash to a cashless society to digital currency that can be controlled by the federal government. And there will be no ban on a central bank digital currency. There will be no way to protect your ability to fully control your digital currency in the future. And I'm voting no to this today. I don't know if there'll be any other no votes on the Republican side, but I'm voting no to this because I'm a Christian and I've read the Bible and I believe what Revelations 13, 16 through 17 says. And I just cannot vote for a future system that will do that.
W.
But it's okay, hang on. But I thought at one time you had a dozen or maybe 25. You had the House Freedom Caucus plus others that are saying, hey, we don't support any possibility of having a central bank digital currency. A lot of them are concerned about things in the Genius Act overall, but they're prepared to, say, we'll let that go forward. But they're adamant about the central bank digital currency. Where are all the other dozen, 20, 24 people that were with you?
They remain concerned. Don't get me wrong. My colleagues remain. I'm not in the Freedom Caucus, so I'm going to lay that out right there. My colleagues remain concerned about a central bank digital currency. As a matter of fact, that was expressed as a concern by Republicans in every meeting that I was in. But yet there was no massive effort on a large scale to stop a central bank digital currency. It's just this. They were saying, we've got to deliver. The president wants this passed. We didn't even know about the Genius Act until Monday, but they're saying we have to have this passed. He wants a signing ceremony on Friday. He wants this done. And they're willing to push it forward without guaranteeing and passing on the front end. My demand is let's do this on the front end. Let's stop the central bank digital currency first, and then let's pass this stuff. But no one is willing to do that. They were willing to make deals that I don't believe will hold, because we were told all week, Steve, by everyone that a ban on CBDC, central bank digital currency, will not pass in the Senate. There are not 60 votes for that. So by Johnson putting it in the NDAA and saying this is our effort to get it to pass, it doesn't mean that it's going to pass in the Senate. They're going to gut it out. We watched them do that with the BBB. They're going to do it with Clarity, the other Bitcoin, the market regulatory bill that will pass today. They do this all the time, and the House constantly gets jammed. And here's one thing that really makes me angry, Steve. This was a closed rule. Johnson did not allow us to make amendments to the Genius Act, to make an amendment to put a ban on CBDC in the Genius Act. We were told, you don't have a right to amendments. You don't get to do your legislative process anymore. You just have to vote on it. And they forced it through, making what I think is a fake deal. And I wish the Freedom Caucus had held, but they didn't. They want to work and they want to pass the president's agenda, and I do too. But I'm not willing to go along with the pathway to a central bank digital currency in a cashless society where none of us can control our money. Because I don't trust the government, and no one else should trust the government. And just because this administration is committed to that doesn't mean that a future administration will not lock down our bank accounts if we are not doing and saying what they want us to do. We've already been there. That was the past 4 years. I don't want to ever go back to that. And I don't want that future for my children, Steve. And so I am upset today. I'm adamantly no to this. And I wish I had more Republicans standing with me.
Let's start with the Genius Act. I'm very confused about the Genius Act. I thought there was a deal.
Okay, so that was the end of the video. Yeah. That was a wild video that I came across, and I hope it gets more traction and goes more viral. But, you know, everything is going to go to play when it comes to what the Bible says. So if that is what's going to get passed and it's going to happen, that just shows how closer we are to the end, you know. But, man, she is really, like, speaking some real talk in that video. For real. There's a lot of mess going on, man. I've been paying attention. I've been awake. Where I'm just like, yo, it's messy right now. It is some messiness going on in the last couple of days. All right, so this is coming from Benny Johnson. White House makes shocking announcement on Trump's health after bruising photos go viral. So let's see what's going on with the president.
Welcome. You're going to witness medical history.
What is this? They got this man like Iron Man or like X-Men.
Actually was kind of shocked at a considerable deal of news that was broken.
It does. All I've done is pray. I really have. And I was watching people speak about it too. I've seen a lot of people talk about it. It's the most weirdest shift that's been seen, where everybody's like, whoa. Like, there's been corruption forever, you know? But everybody's just seeing, like, all of it and paying attention to it, where it's like, this is insane. This is crazy. But yeah, I've been praying about it all. I have. And a lot of people that don't know God and haven't repented and have that relationship, that fear is going to grow more and more, you know, and a lot of people aren't going to be able to handle the more the times get worse and worse in their heart, because it's going to overwhelm them. But once you get to know God, you got that peace, and just for like, hey, I know what's coming either way. It's going to get worse and worse. It's written. But yeah.
In that press conference, I want to start with the top line news that I think is quite important and is something that everybody should care about, which is President Trump's health. This is a brand new piece of breaking news that was just announced at the press conference itself. And I wasn't planning on anybody answering or asking this question. Caroline Leavitt just was out with it in her open. But this is what the internet has been speculating for quite a while.
Yeah, I've seen clips of it before that announcement.
Photos of Trump's ankles, President Trump's ankles, and President Trump's hand. And you can see there some type of concealment of the hand itself, right? That is not the natural skin tone. And these were the images that have been going viral and saying, well, is something medically wrong with President Trump?
I mean, that looks bad,
They say if
bro.
it's too good to be true, it must be.
But at WGU, you can get your degree with the
I
same
mean,
accreditations as
his ankles are severely inflamed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now have obviously the answer to that speculation. Concerned markings appear across Trump's body. Experts reveal what they think they might be, and this is, of course, the close-up. This was at a press conference that was 1 day ago. You could see President Trump was concealing something on his hand, raised a circular area of skin. Trump's team seemed eager to hide. This was what the reporting was, and this was what the high-definition video was here. You can see the hand. There it is, being zoomed in on. Some type of bruising or concealment there that the president was using to cover his hand. Okay, what is this? Carolyn Levitt announcing at the beginning of the news conference, President Trump has been diagnosed with chronic venous insufficiency following reports of swelling in the president's legs, per Carolyn Levitt. It's nothing serious. This is how it should be handled. Don't cover this up. An echocardiogram, which is a mapping of the heart, a very sophisticated mapping of the heart, was performed and confirmed normal cardiac structure and function. No signs of heart failure, renal impairment, or systemic illness were identified. This is the major top-line breaking news, as people have been speculating about this for quite a while, at least over the past couple of days and past public appearances of President Trump. Here's Carolyn Levitt explaining what chronic venous insufficiency is. Here's the...
I saw where she explained it. He's reading it, but it says, is a condition where blood doesn't efficiently return from the legs to the heart, often due to damaged valves in the veins. This can lead to a range of symptoms, including swelling, pain, and skin changes. In severe cases, ulcers, while not usually life-threatening, CVI can significantly impact quality of life, and if left untreated, may lead to complications like deep vein thrombosis or pulmonary embolism. Either way, if it ain't just having swelling in general, I know what that's like. That is not fun. That's painful. What's this say? Well, imagine that the left has been publishing gotcha photos of swelling in President Trump's legs. Within just days, the White House announces every test done, his diagnosis, and it's not serious. A total 180 from the Biden era. You know what's even crazier? I've seen people like wishing death. I think Trisha Paytas was trending, and they were like saying every time she has a kid, something happens to people, and they were like, "Thank you, Trisha Paytas," like hoping like something happens to him. It is insane, like how like people are over there, like they wish death on people, and I was just like, yo, I felt sick, like just hearing that. Like I would never do that. I couldn't do that. Like wish that on somebody. That's insane. That's sadistic. Like that's wicked. But yeah, people were over there like celebrating, you know, that. I thought it was crazy. Some Biden here. Oh, he's gonna talk about something else over here. Let's see what this is.
Some videos of it. Biden's doctors flat out refused to testify about Biden's cognitive decline, and
that was insane. How the heck do they how do they keep Biden in that long? That was like messed up when you really think about it. That dude clearly was completely gone, and they still let him speak and just have to go travel and shake hands. Like that was embarrassing.
Got up and walked out of the House hearing. The reason he had to appear was because, one, he's lost an enormous amount of money since they shut down the lollipop.
Oh, this is just, I don't care about that. Okay, this is repeating. He kind of recycled a lot for his video. This really could have been like a 3-minute video. This was just to make it long, it seems like.